My name is Mark Ryder Hearn, and I am soldier number 3 in this current opera.
Hi, my name is Matthew Brown. I am a Scottish soldier. I don't know what number I am, but I'm a Scottish soldier. And this is I think this is like my 8th opera with Opera Orlando. I think we've all done quite a few productions. How many have you done?
I have been with Opera Orlando since 2002, so I was with the original opera company.
Orlando Opera.
Yeah.
And I started in 2020 during the pandemic.
Nice. Roy Lagar, French soldier number 3, and this is my first season with Opera Orlando, second main stage production.
And I'm Adrian Ryder Hearn. I am the drunk Scottish soldier, and I've been with Opera Orlando, 4 years maybe?
So I started with a teacher. It was my middle school teacher who heard me sing, and she helped to foster that talent and kind of passed me off to other teachers. And by the time I got in high school, my high school teacher pushed me on into classical music.
So I was taking voice lessons from a woman who actually worked with my dad. He was in real estate, and her side job, or one of her side jobs, was that she liked to sing opera, and she had done some operetta as well. So I was taking voice lessons from her, and that's kind of where it started from. I didn't know anything about opera, but we were kind of more doing the musical theater stuff, and then it kind of grew from there. And yeah.
For me, I had my grandfather. He was musical, so he sang a lot of trios, typical of what was sung in the 50s, 60s, and 70s in Puerto Rico. That's where my family's from. So I just was inspired by seeing him and his uncles sing a lot. Then I moved to Puerto Rico from New York, and I was really trying to date this really hot girl. And I was this one song by Jerry Rivera. It was a salsa song. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna sing that song and serenade it to her. I ended up doing it. She liked it. It was cool. We dated, but then I moved to New York again, and I was like, oh wait, I like to sing. And I got a scholarship to go to Brooklyn Academy of Music. And then from there, I just kept on singing.
And I started singing originally with community theater. I started doing musical theater, and then it was actually because of Mark that I joined the opera company. So.
That's great. So what do you do to prepare and practice for your roles on the stage?
Listen to the recordings a lot. Not just the professional recordings, but record rehearsal, and listen to us and then sing along. I mark up my music a lot and start with that, and then ease off of the music as you work on memorization.
I'll get it ahead of time. I ask for the score ahead of time. I'm kind of like a body singer. It needs to be kind of in my system, in my body, for me to feel comfortable with it and to find where that music fits in the way I sing, so that I could sing it right.
I would say something else that I do along with I guess the memorization process is that I'll usually write everything out, and that helps me to memorize things. And and I just try to find out something about the story and the composer and what basically inspired them to write the opera or the musical.
Very similar. I just recently wrote down my particular lines that I need to memorize, and then I also pluck out music on the piano. So sometimes those are some of the things that I do to prepare beforehand.
I have a good one. It happened recently at Bohem. I think it was the second show. I was one of the rickshaw drivers, one of the carts. There was a cart. I'm bringing Gabe out, who's the general director of Opera Orlando. I was bringing him out, and for some reason the other cart was delayed. Someone got in the way. So I got delayed. So by the time I came out on my proper cue, there wasn't enough space for me to go ahead and stop. So I ended up banging into the other cart. So I played it off, right? At that point, I was like, I could either fall on my face or I played it off. So I played it off. I was like, come on, get out of here. And then I just kept on running. But there was for a brief moment, I was like, oh, I need to do something or it's going to look bad. Yeah.
That's great. Do you have one?
I had to crawl across the stage once because I was like late getting to my place, but there was enough of a high part of the stage that I could kind of just crawl, because we had to do a very quick costume change, and when I say quick, it was like maybe like a minute. And for anybody who hasn't been in an opera, sometimes your costumes are a little hard to put on or take off, multiple pieces, and so it can be kind of challenging if you're playing more than one character in a show and you've got to just be somewhere like in less than 2 minutes. So yeah, I remember like just literally crawling across the back of the stage out of the headlights to get to where I needed to be with my lady who was going to be entering the church in Tosca. So yeah.
I'm going to piggyback off of that. For me, I'm stealing a moment from one of my students. It was a show I was directing, and this young gentleman had to be dead. He was a dead body. And as they picked him up to move him, his pants just slowly started sliding down. And he was a trooper because he stayed dead. He did not try to react at all, and he just let nature take its course. So.
I think one of the greatest things is networking. As you grow in your talent, network with other musicians. Get to know other people. Don't always think that you gotta be the best or you are the best, but get to know other people, because I guarantee you they'll know someone who needs some help, who has an opportunity or an audition that you could go to. So networking is probably one of your biggest success as a musician.
And I'm going to say, don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't say, oh, well, I just sing opera, or oh, I just do theater. Try, especially when you're younger, try everything. Try the technical, try straight drama, try comedy, musical comedy, try everything. You'd be surprised at how much you actually enjoy.
I would say do your best to work out. There's a lot that's going on in the body when you're singing, and you have to continuously be connected to it, young or old. And it's harder to find those spots that you're connected to when you're younger, because it's kind of like a maturity process that you go through. But work out your body and work out your mind. You know, it's a beat you down type of industry, and you have to constantly positively reinforce yourself that you're doing a good job. You're doing it for a bigger purpose. And I think if you find a bigger purpose in what you do, mentally, physically, it's going to be easier to enjoy the ride, because there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs.
Just to, because you were kind of really talking about vocal technique,
Brought it up.
and it was Joan Sutherland who actually said that singing is simple but not easy. And I remember when I first read that, I'm like, what does that mean? But I understand what that means now.
Mm-hmm.